All right. So, Lydia, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the one recording because the other one got completely bastardized by music.
Yeah, I watched I listened to the last recording.
Okay. So
I have
you're
a general idea of what's going on, but I also didn't have access to the Google Doc or whatever that you had posted.
The primary.
yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay.
A short thing would be basically fuck, I thought I sent it to you. Anyway, a short thing would be Vault-Tec basically gave Russia a vault for diplomatic relations, and then at some point the Russian government decided that they were going to put artists and scientists and very important people in there, as well as all the oligarchs and a bunch of other like high officials. Before the war actually kicked off, Vault-Tec basically initiated our diplomatic relations are going so well, and like nobody knew the war was going to kick off, but Robco does, and they invited all of those high officials and oligarchs into Moscow, which was hundreds and hundreds of miles away from Koyaks, which is where the vault is, the day of when the bombs fell. And so the vault was sealed with a couple KGB agents and all the artists and the scientists, other than one other person. Basically, the vault rebelled. They won after about 100 years or so, about a generation or two. The vault dwellers go back up to the surface. They start taking over an oil refinery, getting it operational. They get a radio tower working, and they start broadcasting out to help the people of the wasteland. The people that came to come help were not friendly, and basically enslaved them. A camp where the oil derricks are that are feeding the refinery. So they're most of the vault dwellers are very far from home, and that is where the sessions took place. Was basically a oil derrick and refinery that had been set up with using enslaved labor of both the vault dwellers and people that they find out in the wastes. It should be it should be known that every single inch of space is covered in snow. There's pretty much always either overcast or snow. It is a nuclear winter pretty much all the time. As you might have guessed, people rose up, they fought back, and they took back the oil derrick and the refineries. And right now, everyone's gearing up in the motor pool and a couple other things, as well as a fucking tank, to take the long journey home, back to the vault, and take out the people that had been enslaving them. So,
okay, I'm here for this.
all right. So let me go and pull this up, put this down here. Sleepy music. Okay, so we are missing Eric, and that does mean I need to move someone around. So I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I know what to do here. All right, cool. So a little different from the last two sessions, which is I'm basically there's going to be there's this one big Mad Max road story going on right now. You know, we have big snowy wastes. We have 4 armored buses with a couple support vehicles, as well as a tank. And there is a large group of Skidoo wielding cowboys that are basically flanking the giant convoy.
So are the cowboys on our side, or...
Say what?
Are the cowboys on our side?
Yes, that's Stump's gang, the Buckaroos. Okay. The Vault had exposure to a bunch of Western culture and freedom books that was added there by Vault-Tec and took out all the other stuff. So Stump's gang is heavily influenced by Western.
Yeah, by the old spaghetti Westerns. But things are slightly askew.
So yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's kind of like, sayings like that are taken out of context. They're not used correctly. The big iron on my hip is actually a crowbar. Things like that.
Yeah. It's like AI.
We talk about
there.
the apple.
Not quite right, though.
Instead of revolver, we have Kalishnikov.
Yes. Okay, so how this is going to get broken up is a little bit more traditionally with how normal TTRPGs are run, which is usually like people take turns instead of being big scenes. So we're going to be jumping between, like, basically each one of you is going to be given, they're not given an objective. Basically one thing's going to happen, and then when you complete that scene, we're jumping in the next set of people, next set of people, next set of people, next set of people, until we keep going around until the scene has concluded with you guys arriving at the original location of the vault where the bandits have a base camp. And yeah, so anyone have any other questions about character level up or what we're going to be doing? I'll just jump right into it.
I don't have any questions for now, but I guarantee you some will arise as we continue the game.
Okay.
We will try to assist in this intervention group.
Hi, my name is Lydia. I've been sober for 10 minutes.
Damn, you got me beat.
Well, that's a lie.
That sounds like a problem.
I don't keep mentioning that. I got some okay that I need to crack into. I can still hear.
Sake! Sake!
Okay. You should not drink that by yourself. And no, I don't want half. Half of those fucking THC drinks fucks me up. And I'm just making sure you're not going to drink the whole can by yourself.
Oh, Ben, don't try any of my edibles.
Yeah.
I've had edibles, but they literally were like, they were what was written on the tin, which was they're supposed to be like chill out, and it was literally like Scooby-Doo's level of chill and wanting to eat that much food, and that was about all it gave me. But these ones are a little bit more like, you know, I feel drunk, but not actually feel drunk, but just like the not give a shit attitude. Anyway.
Well, I need to get some edibles for the dogs so I can actually have them go full on, so I can actually properly groom them.
I just imagine them doing the whole spread eagle thing with their tongue sticking out.
I'm hoping for that, and if they do, I will take pictures.
Please. Always want to see pictures of stone doggies.
Okay, so start off with, yeah, so we, at the end, we got a scene. I was going to ask, you all did decide to have the tank out in front and the convoy is running slower, right?
Yeah, that sounds safe to me.
I was getting air. I was getting warm.
Oh, yeah, just have like the main convoy of the tank, the buses, and all that crap in the center column. And the skidoos and the buckaroos, they can be a picket force and be on the outskirts, scouting ahead, that type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I pictured in my mind, but I just want to confirm that's what we're doing. There's a couple other support vehicles. Basically look like fucking Jeeps, but with giant treads on them. They're pretty fast, and they're trucking alongside. There's only a couple of them. But again, the armored buses, metal plating. Sometime, like, one has a grenade launcher, one has an minigun, or not minigun, but a machine gun, light machine gun. And then one has like the infirmary and the hospital, and then one has supplies, and that one is back center of the convoy, so it's not looming in the back by itself. The infirmary's in the front center, machine gun is up front, and then the grenade launcher one is in the very back, and the tank is in the very, very front. So we get this, gonna turn that down a bit. Yeah, so we get this overarching shot of this convoy leaving outside of the refinery. We see tons of people behind cheering, holding lights. Fuel oil lanterns are being lit, and as we see the camera start panning over this convoy from like an eagle-eye view, we see the skidoos fly past the convoy, and then we see others that culminated around as like some set of picket force, and a couple speed ahead with radio antennas bobbing behind them. For a while, we see some cinematic shots of this convoy slowly moving through this huge winter waste, and when about 30 or so minutes into your journey, Simon, your character is currently in the like the medical and the food bus, the one that has like some of the supplies and stuff.
I guess so. He's in there trying to fix himself.
Yeah. So you had a weird mental backlash that affected you that didn't quite feel right. And so you've been feeling this like parts of your body just feel broken or weird or off. And every time you go to attempt to do something about it, there's this kind of distant pull, and it keeps emanating from the bus behind, the bus behind you.
Well, I can't get in there. It's moving.
Yep, you're all moving. But yeah, every time you go to heal yourself or do something, you feel this strange, weird tendril, like, tugging on you to stop. Is there anything you'd like to attempt to try and do with that?
I don't know. I'm mangled. Maybe push through, or I guess, there's two different ways I can heal, right? There's the...
Well, so the problem is you're trying to heal and you can't. There's something holding you back, and it's something to do with the maelstrom.
I don't know, man. I'm beat up. Is there no workaround?
Not at the very moment. The thing that keeps stopping you is something emanating from the bus behind you.
Which one is it?
What do you mean? Which one is it?
Well, it was in back, and then it was in front. Now it's been back again.
I meant behind. I meant in infirmary. Is that the one in front? Infirmary's the back. Yeah, it should be behind you. Sorry.
So how busted am I? Can I walk around, or am I pretty well screwed?
No, you can walk around. It just sucks.
All right. Well, next time we stop, which I assume we do periodically to pee or something, I'll get on the other bus and try to figure it out.
No, it's like you like everyone's did everything they could before they left, because it's going to be a 5-hour journey from here to the old vault and the main refinery. So you're all going there, and you're all going there to fight.
Well, I'm not going to fight. I'm hurt and I'm old. Can I get someone else to heal me?
You have a couple assistants around you. Yeah, you could definitely try to influence them or ask them to attempt it.
Yeah, let's do that, I guess.
Hey, can you roll for me a open your mind to the sacred maelstrom?
I love doing that. I believe I use the Sixth Sense ability for that now. Is that correct?
Let me read that, because that might be situational. Can you open your mind to the sacred maelstrom? So yes, you can do that. Partial. Okay, so you recognize, okay, for some weird ass reason, I can't work on myself. Something's wrong. And you ask one of the under assistants who just maybe knows how to do suturing or something, like, hey, come work on this. Like, I'll walk you through it. They're a bit confused. They don't understand why you can't just do it. But they come over.
Help yourself sucks. Getting help is a big deal.
They look at you, again, still strangely, but they come up and try and attempt to help. You get this feeling that when they start to, first they go to grab your arm and help you. We'll say what was shattered. Yeah. With the shattered arm or whatever. And they go to start splinting it and bracing it. And all of a sudden they stop. Like their animation just stopped. And you look around and everyone else has stopped. The snow has stopped moving, the bus has stopped moving, everything stopped moving. And you get this impression that the person who's helping you right now is in great danger if they continue.
Since the buses are stopped, maybe I can get on the other freaking bus.
I would say that you'd recognize that it's not so much the bus has stopped, but everything has stopped.
That's
like
still
a time
right?
stop.
Time stop, but sure, you can attempt to get up.
I try to get in the other bus.
So because right now basically the assistant has their arm holding your wrist, and then the other one holding your shoulder, another one is holding your shoulder while they're wrapping it and trying to splint it. You try to wrench your arm away from them, and it kind of feels like,
I'll try to do it gently.
Okay.
I don't want to hurt myself or anybody else if I can help it.
It feels like iron braces are holding you in place.
Am I able to free myself if I am, applying myself?
The impression you get is this is less about physical force and more about mental force.
Okay, let's try mental force.
Okay, so that sounds like a move. Let's look. I think this is going to be a act under fire.
I need to search to just find the moves.
This one's in the basic moves. It's the second one in.
Okay, I get -1 from the cool. Okay, let's see what we get.
Oof. So again, you get that impression. You got that. I'm gonna give you a devil's bargain. You can escape the harm that's coming if you give up one of the assistants who are helping you.
What does give up mean? The maelstrom just eats them?
Whatever that feeling is that you felt that they were in danger is coming.
Okay, and what's option number 2?
You take the hit.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take the hit then, because that's how you do.
Okay. Yeah, so you feel this deep dread emanate from your back like a breath, like something breathing on your neck, but it's just vapid, deep emotions. And you feel it's about to slink over your neck when you wrench your arm up out of the grip of these two. And everything starts to move. And as you bring your arm up, you feel something psionically just hit you like a brick. Go ahead and just take one harm.
And then, am I able to free myself and move to the bus?
You are currently freed of them. You are still in the bus, but you cannot receive help. The assistants back up, concerned at what just happened.
Okay, so time resumes. Buses are moving. I didn't accomplish anything.
No, unfortunately,
I'm hurting myself.
You got an impression that there's something in the bus behind you that is restricting your ability to heal and seems to have a slight tie to other individuals around you. That's what you gained from this entire experience. Something's wrong.
God damn it.
So we're going to cut on over to the bus behind you. And Milo, this bus is mostly supplies. There's obviously the driver. There is one or two guards who are like on either side of the window closer to the driver who are ready to like duck out and like shoot if they need to. Otherwise, you're alone in this bus and you're like sitting in the back, like where that back door would be. And the mass keeps wanting to go past you towards the bus the mass is behind you and is trying to go past you to the bus in front of you. And you keep feeling it, trying to press its luck.
I'm going to ask it, what do you want that's over there? See if it'll give me a response.
Do you want to just, let me ask you, do you, like, as a player, Shoop, do you want to speak to you or do you want to speak to you in your head?
Head. It'll be, unless certain situations actually occur, it'll be primarily to me in my head.
Okay.
And it'd be me also like thinking to it, since we actually have more of a stronger bond.
Right. I was just gonna warn people, like, you're gonna get really sick and tired of this really quickly, but okay. Anyway, so it says, a foolish beast dares to defy me.
And will it get stronger?
Can you say that again?
And will it get stronger?
No, weak. Will remain weak.
I'll finish whatever like bit of food that I'm actually having at the time, since they see me just very thin, emaciated almost.
Yeah, you have like two MREs just gone.
But I'll just stand up and whatever clothes they actually had, just shake off the food, and I'm gonna try to make my way off the bus.
When you say make your way off the bus,
move to the front of the bus.
Okay.
Start moving that way.
Yeah, so you walk towards the front. The two guards that are inside just kind of sit and wait and open the window to pop out and shoot if they had to. One seems warm to you, the other seems indifferent, just kind of sitting there, kind of leaning against the window. The mass is like following behind you. You can feel that like emotional breath every step.
All right. I'll take this moment and where is it? I'm going to open my brain and I want to use that to look at the area, see what I can see whatever is hidden.
Would you like to see beyond what you can see or just see?
Beyond what I can see.
Okay, give me, I think it's just open your fucking brain, isn't it? Open your fucking brain, isn't it? Anyway,
and 3. Hey, a good meal can do a lot of things for you.
Right. Also, you feel a little empowered because you feel like you felt like when you left the creature after it ate that final meal, it definitely imparted something into you, and you just feel more linked, confident. Anyway, so around you, you feel a deep emptiness. You see kind of all the heartbeats around you. There's hundreds. And you specifically see to the east and in front of the convoy are more hearts, and they're coming quickly.
Last the mass. Do you want to go out there, or should I let them deal with it?
Too far. Let them need closer.
You want those that are protecting me right now to be aware.
I do not care for foolish beasts.
They have helped. I know you helped, but they have helped as well. They gave food.
They are food.
I'm going to, towards the one that's, like you said, one guard was impartial towards me. The other one was, neutral.
No, the other one seems friendly. I mean, now that you've just been standing there, it's a little bit awkward. It's like, I'm going to hold the smile, but I'm not looking directly at you now.
I'm just going to, tug on his coat and go, there's something weird I feel like there's, more eyes than there should be. something's watching us over there, and I'll point in like the general direction.
Right, he looks and at first he like glances because he like you point, but he looks down and he's like, "Listen, kid, you've been through a lot. Maybe you should go lay down. There's you could set up a cot. I'm sure there's one in here." You want to try and convince him? Sounds like a roll maybe.
Yeah, I might actually
Or you
do
can just
that.
send the beast at him, you know. Because to me, it sounds like you are. Because it's interesting, because like you could argue that the thing that's coming could be the cat, and you're worried you're the mouse. But in this case, you're just trying to convince him. I think in this case, you would be like in this particular contained event of trying to get him to believe you. You would be the cat, right? You're trying to catch him out, so he'll just listen to you. So I think you're looking for hunt prey for subterfuge moves.
Oh, let's see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, the prey escapes you. Yeah, so you try and press it just a little bit, and he's just like, "Kid, he like digs in his pack and he gives you like another MRE. He says, "Just take it. I have plenty. Go find the cot. Go lay down." And you can hear the mass like again right behind you, just like, "Stupid beast."
Let's see if I can actually. I'm looking at my abilities.
Well,
This is for your person stitch. I don't think they'll work. This vehicle is, like you said, holding a bunch of supplies and such.
yes. I think you gave it your best chance. I'm gonna move on over to the different.
Yeah, let's do that.
And now moving on to I forget what your character's name is. Let's see. Sasha. Sasha, so you have one other person in the tank with you. They're currently just on they're sitting in the chair for the LMG, but the lid is down. Do you attempt to make a small talk with this guy, because he appears to be attempting it off and on, but as we left this last scene before, you were kind of pretty fucked up, and only by some weird impact event that you felt after you got to the tank, where all your wounds were just magically healed, and you felt I can't remember what you had, if you had crippled or broken, but you were pretty messed up. And then like when you got to the tank, there was this like burst of energy and healing, and like all of a sudden you're just fine, and like you crawled in and you felt at home in this thing. Do you feel like this guy who occasionally keeps trying to start up conversation is an invasion of that home, or is he a welcomed guest?
Perhaps welcome, if not for just, you need more than one person in this thing to run it properly or to its fullest.
So it's a, what's that word?
I don't want them on my bad side, basically. So I want to make them feel like I'm not upset that they're here.
Right. Yeah, so he goes to lean down a bit. He's like, my fucking neck. I just want to open the lid. It's also fairly hot in here, don't you think?
She's still wearing her jacket, but yeah, sure, I suppose. I haven't really noticed myself.
And he like quirks his head. He's like, "You the drivers are a weird breed." And he pops up the lid for a bit, and like the little air hydraulic goes up slightly once the lid opens. And while you're driving, you have basically a very narrow field of view. Are you on the lookout for anything?
Would I know? Like, I don't know anything outside of where I was working or enslaved, right?
That sounds like a Rita Stitch. Maybe even after your little fucking episode, you might have gotten informed about some goings-ons. Comrade Cabbage is not a quiet person. So ask one.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah, and you get a +1 going forward on any information involving this. So Cabbage mentioned that when he was broadcasting the message that they had a open receiver running as well, and he had somebody helping him. And the bandits, the organized group, they specifically started mobilizing the moment they found out that there was a rebellion going on at the main refinery. So it should be in your best interest to keep an eye out for other armored vehicles or another convoy or the retaliation, reinforcements.
Right. So yeah, I guess I'd be trying to not be going totally blind forward.
Well, it's more you have a limited viewport, whereas your we'll call him Mink. Mink is currently in the LMG port, so he's exposed to the open air and he can look around better.
You see anything up there?
Other than snow, not really. What should I be looking out for?
Anything that's not snow?
Thanks. I wouldn't have guessed. Let's see. Is there a...
Typically, tanks would require a crew of 4 or 5.
Welcome to Fallout Universe.
Oh, and here's my tank, by the way. I made it into a little thing.
Assuming the main gun isn't out of ammo, he would also be responsible for manning the main gun.
In the Fallout Universe, the battle tank, the fucking goofy ones that had 2 turrets, was 3-man vehicle, and the main turret can be controlled by the driver.
Weird.
Yep. And they actually had 2 gunner seats. So I'm calling this Russia, so I'm saying they have shittier equipment. So they have a single turret and a single turret hull. They probably would optimally run better with 3 or 4 people, but 2 will be good enough.
There's
And you
plenty
could
of room in
have
here.
a driver and a gunner, and each one has like a remotely operate. Like the driver could have the machine gun, the gunner could remotely operate the turret, and it has an autoloader.
The gunner would
Yep.
likely be or double as the commander, as they'd have more sight.
Yeah. So you are help or interfering. Help with someone who makes a roll with HX. That's not quite. Actually, you know what I think would be really fun is you roll augury.
Oh, I was linking that, by the way.
Oh, keep an eye out. Oh no, that's fine too. I just couldn't find that. Where was that?
It's tactical and support moves. It is a battle move, so I don't know.
No, that's fine. I'd say roll that then. That makes more sense. Yeah, you're basically helping him. So this would be the +1 that you're getting, is that you've informed him, so he knows kind of what to look out for. So you can take this with a +1. That's a 9. And your 1 hold for 1 SVM. Okay, yeah, that is not what I thought it was. I really hate when moves have these weird names. Makes it hard to determine what they're for.
Yeah, you said augury earlier.
Yeah, because they're peripheral moves. Yeah, I do agree. All right, so you get a partial, so choose 1.
Like, am I trying to help this person, or am I doing this for myself?
You're both working towards trying to keep a lookout or look for something.
Is there some way I could open? I don't think opening a window would help that guy. And I could look through that window up ahead. I don't know how the psychic maelstrom works.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Or something that lets us see through the snow and blizzard. Or I could try to pass a message to that weird black ghosty creature I saw before I...
You can definitely do that, actually. That would be a valid thing you could do. You could just give it a wing.
Yeah, because it was pretty crazy what happened with, being so banged up and then feeling pretty much totally fine, other than mentally shook. So yeah, because maybe I put 2 and 2 together, like, I feel better after seeing these weird things. Maybe I try to reach out to that and get it to help.
So for the first one, reach the world psychic maelstrom to something or someone connected to it?
Yeah.
All right. Dupe, can you roll me? Go aggro. No.
I was gonna say, it's snack time.
Help or interfere, and that is your choice. Then you would roll it a +1. It says roll HX. So.
Help or interfere?
The basic move is help or interfere.
Oh, no modifier. It's a hex move.
Yep. So you would just add a +1.
Type in a. Well, look at that.
Nice.
Very nice. So do you want to help or hinder?
I'd be saying help. I'm actually kind of helpful. I actually got food. They gave me clothes. I'm at least okay for now, even though I do have the mask with me. I'm a little bit open for helping right now.
Okay.
So what exactly you wanted help with?
Yeah, so what ended up happening was Sasha reaches out and the mask basically tells you Foolish Beast is asking stupid questions.
What kind of questions?
Like what to keep an eye out for. They don't want to listen. You saw that with the stupid one over there.
This one may not, but others might. Let them know.
It glares at you.
I'll kind of, in this moment, I'll have it to where I know communicated treat is more of an offensive thing, but can I use it as a mean to, would I be able to do a leap of faith this then?
You could.
Because I was either thinking of that or like, I would do like an offering to it.
Where's the leap of faith listed at?
Character moves for him. Like
Me. My own.
I got it. It's fine. Yeah, you want to use it like if it won't, you will through it.
I'll be a little bit of that. I'm kind of also hoping at least the loyal part, at least understanding of the large group, I'm trying to get them to at least start to listen. They help me, I'll help them. If they do that more, who knows what else they can do.
All right, go ahead and roll it up. It would be, go ahead and roll it up.
Already done. Partial success.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Okay, cool. So you heal and recover one stat loss for this session. So you could increase. You can bring back one of the. Until next session, you can bring back your cool or hot. Or sorry, hard, or what was it? Hard, was it hard or hot?
Hard and hot, I reduced.
Yeah, so you can bring one of those back up for now.
I'll do the hot.
Then reduce a random stat. Roll a 1d5. 1 being cool, 5 being sharp. From top left to bottom right.
So what was it? Roll /1d5?
Yes.
That didn't work.
/R.
You put the slash after roll.
Yeah, so you want to do /roll 1d5. There you go.
Well, that was the hot.
Did you?
Just not that.
Restored the one you lost again.
That comes around, goes around. All right.
Okay. Yeah, you're hot and you're cold. Okay, so you wanted to use this basically to reach through it to commune with Sasha.
Yeah, and essentially, I'll just maybe not so much speak, but give the strong feeling of and like a picture of what I seen, of seeing the heartbeats of everyone, but off in the distance of seeing many.
You basically just show that same thing you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Sasha, you're sitting there, and the gunner's just like, yeah, still snow. That's all I see. And all of a sudden, you get this like headache, and you see in the front of the column at a distance these small blips of red light, and you also notice it far away to your right, and they're both heading towards the convoy.
I would direct him to see if he can take a second pass, like in that direction that I'm seeing it.
Yeah, he looks like he's like, what? No, I don't see anything. No lights, nothing. What are you seeing?
Got two unknowns coming at us on our right.
You mean one in front and on the right?
Oh, I thought you said, okay, gotcha. Whatever is correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so he looks at you like, I still don't see anything. Do you want me just to radio the convoy? Tell them to keep an eye out those directions? I mean, you're the one out in front, so unless you just want me to inform about the one on the right?
Tell them that there's one in front and on the right, but keep an eye out on the right. We'll try to get the one in the front.
Okay. Yeah, so the camera pans up out of the tank where the clacking sounds and very horribly preventative maintenance has been done on this machine. The camera comes up and out of the tank. Mink like pulls out the radio set and calls in, and we immediately get like a freeze frame, swashes over, and we see keep getting your name mixed up too. Draco. Draco, all of a sudden you get over the radio, you hear Mink call out, Sasha says she sees something on the right and in front. I ain't seeing anything, but no reason not to be cautious. Draco, your men can handle that?
We check it out.
Yeah, so how do you want to approach this with your gang and you?
I'm going to send like two of the gang members off in the direction that Sasha has indicated, ahead and to the right. Basically,
two in each or just one each?
I'm assuming I don't see it either.
No, not currently.
Okay. So I'm going to send two people in the vague direction of in front and to the right to go there. Let's see, I have my list of Russian names here. I shall tell Titania and Dimitri, head off that way, get fast, report back what you see.
Yeah, so it would be like, let's get this steed rolling, and like the other one goes Yahoo or something like that over the radio. The two of them jet off.
As I said, Titania and
Dimitri. But yeah, they start heading out that way.
I will get on my radio and let the rest of the people in the pack in the convoy is not a cowboy word.
Caravan.
Sure. Let everybody else in the caravan know that something's amiss. Keep your eyes on the horizon.
You get a driver calling back to you. He says, "Amiss? What do you see?"
I see somebody that doesn't want to follow instructions. Now just keep your eyes out for anything suspicious.
Draco, cut the crap. We've been up for hours. It's dark and we have a fight ahead of us.
Yeah, and do you think the people out that we're gonna go fight are just gonna be sitting happy and warm and fat in their beds? They're not gonna have scouts. They're not gonna have people out scavenging for supplies. The closer we get, the more of them we will see.
You hear a faint grumble before the radio cuts. So yeah, you had, as I had hinted earlier, there were at least one or two scouts that were staying ahead of the convoy. Do you radio into them, or did you just radio out to everyone?
Oh, I just radioed out to everybody. Something doesn't feel right, something is amiss.
Okay, so yeah, you get a call back from one of your lead scouts, Dreki, and
the fuck do you spell that? Dreki?
Drek, Drekkie.
Okay, so it has to be 2 Ks.
Yeah, Dreki.
Warren, we got a problem.
He says, Big Star, you there?
Hi, Dreki.
Yeah, we got a plow coming our way.
I mean, snow plow, farming plow, plowing your mom. More specific, please.
Big Star, this thing could plow a field about 5 times across and 4 times high. This is huge. It looks like the thing they used to clear the roads.
It's probably about as wide as the road.
Aye.
And we're
staying
on
back, but I think they've seen us.
Keep your distance, but be able to, keep an eye on them. I'm going to radio back to the rest of the convoy. It's like, we got something up ahead. We got a big-ass plow.
As you say that, far distance to the right and in the front of very far distance to the front of the column, there is 4 or 5 flares in each of those directions shoots up into the air, towards and over the convoy.
See, I told you there was something out there. No, let's not listen to the old guy. Let's just be...
We'll come back to you in a bit. I'm going to wait till the things start shaking up to allow your gang to actually have some action.
Okay.
So yeah, we cut to Lydia. Do you have a name for your character?
It's Angel. My name is Angel, because I'm angelic.
No. So, in the book, suggested name.
You're part of Stump's gang. Gotcha.
The suggested name is Bish, and I'm here for it. So, I kind of want to name my character Bish.
Okay, Bish.
Okay, so, Bish is here. Yeah, I don't really know what else to describe about her. We're gonna assume female because I prefer playing female characters. Short, stocky, quite muscular. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, so you find yourself in the bus in the back that has a grenade launcher, and you've met
the grenade launcher is mounted to the bus.
It's mounted to the back of the bus, where that exit door, that emergency exit door is. Mm-hmm. That's got the grenade launcher in that door.
It's a school bus from Chicago, so it has a tail gunner launcher.
That's exactly my first thought was hey, are we in Chicago right now? Hell yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so you see you've seen him before, but he was the lead refinery engineer, Zukov. And he is currently tweaking it, and you've noticed that he's been carrying around ever since the rebellion a big fuck off LMG, heavy machine gun. Dude seems to like big guns, and he cannot lie.
Okay.
And you found when you were in the rebellion, where were you? So basically what happened was there was this moment where after the evening song, if the evening song said break the chains, then everyone get up. That happened. What did your character end up doing? Where were you stationed at? What were you doing, and how did you apply yourself to the rebellion?
I haven't thought that far ahead, so we're gonna wing this.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. That's literally just make the shit up on the spot within reason.
Okay.
Good luck, Lydia.
Okay, so my character was in a position where she was doing manual labor due to her stocky build. When she heard the command in the song, she just immediately flipped switch from doing manual labor to beating the shit out of the nearest, I would assume, guard that would be watching her and supervising her.
So was this like you were like moving like the equivalent of just like a giant steel pipe and you just swung at the nearest guard's head?
Yeah, that would make perfect sense. Yeah, and it was like a light switch got flipped. Like, at one moment I was just obediently obeying commands, and the next minute I just flipped the switch and started beating the shit out of the guard. I imagine that my character in her crime of passion was kind of distracted by beating the shit out of one particular security guard and just continued to bludgeon them until they were nothing but a bloody pulp on the floor. So I didn't contribute much to the whole of combat, but I contributed my part for one person.
If you'd allow me, because this is the type of shit that Stumpsking fucking does.
Literally just improvising this on the spot. So we're doing what I can to role play something here.
You're fine. What's gonna happen is that you do this, and like one of Stumpskings who was like in like captured or like broke out of like binds joins you, and the two of you just start going melee, wreaking havoc. Hanging guards and shit like that, and just cutting a path, and eventually you connect that up with Stump's gang, and you basically were just following them around, again, causing havoc and hanging guards. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'm here for that. So yeah, I bludgeoned my first guard to like a bloody pulp when I was kind of like found by Shoop's gang, and we'd continued the physical bludgeoning of more guards. I'm here for that. I'm okay with that. Absolutely.
I thought you said Shoop's.
Stumps, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm the little boy with the big shadowy nightmare fuel.
Oh, gotcha. Even better.
He is the anime protagonist.
Hey, the enemy protagonist. Gotcha.
Oh, you think I'm a protagonist? Oh.
Anyway,
Are you not a main character? Anyway.
We see you sitting, and this back bus has a lot more, like freedom fighters, people, guns, armor, people are like loading extra weapons. You get like, and the camera's like panning around. It like sees Zukov like racking, trying to like unrack this grenade launcher so it properly goes, and he was able to fire a test like blank round. And he stands up, pats it lovingly, and then we cut over to you where you're just sitting there, and you still have like the bloody metal pipe, and it's just resting on your shoulder. And you're handed a little Makarov. So your class in Angel, basically you do the healing. Was this more of a, like, you ended up being like the caregiver when in the labor camps, but you were never ever in the actual core, like that actually healed and sutured people? You were more of the like field dressing kind of person?
Yeah, so I imagine my character as an angel wouldn't necessarily advertise her healing abilities. I feel like she would have been on the down low, so she would have been a part of like the labor camps and would have been helping the laborers on the down low with whatever healing she would be able to do kind of in the field, versus wanting to actually help her captors with healing. If that makes any sense.
So there is Zukov, there is you've just gotten this grenade launcher cleaned and ready to go. It was working prior to takeoff of the bus, but apparently when somebody tried to actually load it, they fucked up entirely, and you just cleared that. There is currently another issue with this back bus. What is it?
Gear gate.
What's that?
Clutch.
Is that something? So is it causing the bus to have issues with like keeping up, or is it just more that occasionally it seems to slow down a little too far?
It occasionally slows down too far, has trouble shifting.
Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. So You hear because there's somebody near in the back there has a radio, and you hear Draco's call that, hey, there's something going on. Keep an eye out from the, I'll just say east and north. And you find yourselves you find yourself looking back, and you meet eyes with Bish, who is sitting there with a slightly bent steel pipe that's got dried blood and dirt on it. When all of a sudden, from behind the bus, there's no lights. Gunfire comes through the cab from behind.
Hit the deck.
All right. That sounds like an act under fire. Or maybe, let's see here. Double check, 'cause I know sometimes they use these words weird. Nope, act under fire. Yep. So both Bish and Zukov roll a act under fire.
Okay, we're rolling this. How do we roll this?
Oh, Andrew, does your thing apply to act under fire?
Yes.
Nice. I guess then, Andrew, you would click the do something under fire, and it maybe it'll roll it?
It does not.
Then I guess just do act under fire normally. So, Lydia, when you go to the underneath your character moves, there'll be basic moves.
And then I see act under fire.
Yep, and then on the left there, you'll see 2 dice with the word cool in it. You click that.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 1 partial.
I'm looking for the move.
Basic moves just under in battle.
Ooh, I can change it. Let me see if I can do that. Hey, I can.
Okay, we got a partial and a success. So Zukov, how do you just not take weapons fire?
Jesus Christ.
Like, do you just like grab some metal? Like, do you get behind something?
I get a sixth sense, sort of something really bad is about to happen right now, and I act immediately.
So basically, you hit the ground as bullets shatter through the bus.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, Bish, maybe that's what.
Under fire.
Bish doesn't necessarily drop to the floor, but kind of crouches and then like holds her steel pipe up like she's about to hit something. Not like that would necessarily help the situation, but like, you know, she at least partially reacted.
Yeah, I'd say because of Zukov, you get like a little leg up. So that's where you get you flinch, hesitate. Sorry. You flinch, hesitate, or stall. Go ahead and tell me which one you do.
We'll call this like a hesitate.
All right. I'm gonna give you an ugly choice. You can take 2 harm minus your armor if you have any, or you can take a harm condition.
The harm condition being the shattered, crippled, disfigured, or broken.
Yep.
You know what? I'll take a harm condition, and we'll take disfigured if you'll allow me.
Yeah, that's fine.
For fuck's sake.
What's that, Andrew?
Just bit my tongue.
Oh.
Don't fucking do that.
Can't you get someone else to do that for you?
No.
I mean, I almost pierced my own tongue.
You see, Ivan, you do not talk about shooting machine gun. Causes problems.
Okay, so, Zukov hits the ground, bullets fly through. Like, there's this slow motion VATS mode where he's yelling, hit the ground before bullets hit the, glass and whatever. And you go to react, and if Zukov hadn't warned you, the bullet that basically just fucked your cheek would have been in your head.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. My nephew is like hammering me with. Definitely never giving him strategy games ever again. Fuck me. Anyway, like I hand him walkthrough, and he's like, "Oh, I'm like just getting demolished," and I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, the person in the walkthrough is like level 71, and I'm only 52." I'm like, "If you're that underleveled, I think you might have screwed something up." And he's like, "I don't know how. I killed everything on the way here. I backtracked and got everything." Like, you didn't get something, because that's a lot of levels.
Maybe
It's called doing
if you
side
kill
quests.
certain things, you lose XP.
Yeah, I'd have to go look it up and figure out.
Strategy game?
It's called Mutant Year Zero.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I have the opposite problem. Should have been avowed. I did all the side quests, so overleveled.
Stealth archer, still broken.
I'm kind of doing stealth mage with like using a wand as a bow, I guess.
I'm going to go tank mage.
Me, just with every strategy game, just like fucking like power leveling strats, you know, just fucking do everything that you possibly can before you have to advance.
Okay.
Fucking level 99 before you gotta face the boss.
All right, so you just had a bullet go through your cheek, and there is at least 2 or 3 sets of gunfire coming from behind the bus. And the people in the bus are currently trying to get themselves up and together. Like, this is within seconds of being shot, like seconds. So what are you going to do next?
It's a shame that in real life I am really bad at quick thinking. I am going to. I don't know. I'm looking through the moves and I don't know what to fucking do.
Ask what it is that you're thinking of doing, and Ben will help. We can help. Again, this is not intervention. This is rehab.
Been through rehab, but that's not fun. Fuck. Okay, so let's say that Bish wants to, since I do not have a firearm, or I do.
You're in a bus that has a grenade launcher in it. There's probably other guns laying around.
That's a very good point. Is there anybody manning the grenade launcher right now?
Nope. Yeah, Zukov just got it like loaded and fixed when gunfire went off.
Would I be able to man the grenade launcher and shoot into one of the positions that the fire is coming from?
Why one? Why not all? Yeah, go for it. See how
I
you do.
assume a grenade would only be able to hit one group of people that's firing on us.
I mean, a grenade can do a lot depending on where it lands.
Okay, well, I'm gonna man the grenade launcher at the very least.
Yeah, so let's see here. That sounds like, I think it's,
Lay down fire.
where's that at?
Tactical and support moves.
Well, lay down fire would, you provide color to allow your character to move and act freely. You provide supporting fire. It sounds like more like Lady wants to just get rid of them. So I feel like go aggro is the correct one. It's in basic moves.
Yeah, I feel like go aggro.
Because that one is they have to choose like force the hand, suck it up, cave to do what you want, get the hell out of the way, stuff like that.
So I just roll that, right?
Yes. Okay. They choose one of the following: force your hand, suck it up, give and do what you want, out of the way, barricade themselves securely, give you something, thank you. Back off the way. They get the hell out of the way. You don't I think you hit one of the 3 and then the other 2 are far back and still taking shots. So Zukov, what do you do?
As soon as there's a moment to breathe, I return fire if I can.
Sure, what are you firing with?
LMG.
LMG going up? Yeah, go ahead. Do you want a suppressing fire, or do you want to seize by force, single combat?
Single combat.
Go for it.
Who am I fighting?
2 skidoos with 2 people on each. They look very familiar to the Blackguard that are the people from the, the main refinery where the vault is.
Oops.
Oh no. Well, do exchange harm.
Are y'all? So what weapon are they using?
AKs, light. I mean, a bullet is a bullet, but in this game it's light.
Okay, so 1?
Oh, you're asking what kind of harm?
Yeah.
You would be defending against 2 harm.
Okay, and how much would a typical guard armor provide?
Theirs would probably provide 1 armor.
Okay, well, what about any stolen from the guards from the refinery?
I'll say because you're one of the main characters, you got one of the better ones, so you also got +1 armor.
Okay.
Actually, add that to your character sheet real quick. You got the roll going, or are you struggling with it?
Roll? What do you mean roll? I already rolled.
It's addition and subtraction. It's just
right. I forgot.
Armor by
Yeah, I forgot. Keep forgetting how harm works. Okay. So yeah, the complication. Your opponent chooses one against you. Inflict terrible harm +1. I think they inflict terrible harm, so you take. It would have been 2 damage. Now it's 3 damage. So you take 2 damage. So yeah, you have 2 harm.
Gotcha. Done.
Cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, they didn't. Yeah, you lit it up and you soaked too much.
Okay, well, how much damage did I do with an LMG?
I feel like it's also no. I'd say it's 3. Yeah, and that would take out one of the leads. You still have 1 left, but you're that didn't feel good. That felt bad. So you probably get out of the way a bit. Yeah. So Bish, basically, you go to launch a grenade launcher before they can like realize what's going on, and now they're ready for you. So if you fire again, you'll be doing single combat, meaning you'll exchange harm. But basically what ended up happening was you got on the grenade launcher, fired one, took out one lead out of the three, and then Zukov stood just to the left of you, shot through the blown out window at his LMG and took a couple rounds to the arm, and then got down. What would you like to do?
I mean, I assume I have more grenades to access using this grenade launcher. So I would like to fire another grenade.
Okay, so then this time you're gonna do single combat. It's further down the list. It's under battle moves, underneath partner moves. It should be seized by force and single combat. So you'll roll single partial. So you choose one. Let's see here. Choose one.
A Milcor MGL.
So either you can suffer one less harm from them, or you can deal +1 damage. The grenade launcher, I'll say, is probably already doing a lot of damage. We'll say it's 4, and it's a small vehicle, so it's technically worse, but yeah, or technically worse for them. Good for you.
Yeah.
So you could reduce your harm that you're gonna take.
I would like to reduce any harm that I'm taking.
Sure. They deal 2 damage, so you only take 1.
I take 1 harm.
Yep, and you blow up the last lead. As that happens, we cut back to
Where is escort teams?
Yeah, we cut back to Draco real quick. Didn't really get a roll. Yeah, Draco, shit's going down. There were 3 non-lit up assailants in the back that have been handled, but your 2 scouts from both teams are heading back. They say it's a pretty big, hefty force coming from either side, and they're about on you.
All right, I'm gonna order my gang here to perform interference, make sure they don't interfere with basically the convoy moving, because once they lock us down, they get us stopped, we're gonna be fucked.
Yes.
So we gotta keep moving, so we can't let whoever's just attacking us lock us down.
But yeah, you see multiple small lights, a couple big lights, and your scouts report from the main, there's that big fuck off plow, but behind that big plow is a couple medium-sized vehicles and some support skidoos.
What do I know of this big ass plow?
You probably never even heard or seen of it. There's only one person in the group that might have knowledge of that.
Okay, not exactly the best time to be asking.
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be nice to have control of that.
Could be, or we could put, a 57 millimeter shell through it.
That too. All right, well, I'm going to get on the radio. Tell my Skidoo guys don't let anybody get too close to the convoy. Hit and run tactics.
Alright,
Don't get locked down in any one particular thing. And I'm going to tell Sasha, you don't stop for nothing.
So how do you perform acts with your gang? How does that work? Is that their own battle moves, I believe?
Yes, using gang as a thing. Where the hell are those rules? Was that? Not that.
It's under harm rolls at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I could use a gang as a weapon.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
When you have a gang, you can you can sucker someone or go aggro on them or make a battle move using your gang as a weapon. When you do roll the dice and make your choices, but it's your gang that inflicts and suffers harm, not yourself.
All right. We're gonna say your gang is currently embroiled in the main convoy that's coming down the main road. Hasn't gotten close enough yet. The lights are visible, but the main threat is the one that's flanking from the right now.
Yeah, because differences in sizes make a big difference.
Yep. The gang that is currently approaching you from the right is of equal size on skidoos and medium vehicles.
Medium and medium. Alrighty. So I would assume this is go aggro, correct?
Go aggro or single combat?
I'd say go aggro would position you, and then single combat would be the next follow-up. Like, it's kind of like the idea of read a sitch, read a person. You're kind of setting up to make a hit or make a move or do something.
Okay, so the go aggro would be me giving out my instructions to my gang to get in positions to do the things that I want to do.
And how well you say that or how well they interpret it.
All right, so roll go aggro.
Yeah.
Success.
They have to choose. Force your hand, suck it up, cave, and do what you you want. They ain't gonna cave, but they are gonna force your hand and suck it up. So what does forcing your hand look like to a giant gang of Western weirdos on skidoos with weapons?
Oh, I can imagine at least a couple of them got lassos.
Okay, so a whole lot of maybe not so much like direct damage, but a whole lot of like.
Oh, you could yank them right off their skidoo as they're going 50 miles an hour. They're not gonna.
Well, I say direct damage, more like this is a whole lot of like humiliation.
It's like reverse jousting.
But yeah, like you're doing a lot of mental damage to their whole gang. Or like just people are flying in and just lassoing rather than shooting. And all right, cool. I'd say they're in really bad position. I'd say you have +1.
Yeah, so I'm basically not letting them close in on the convoy.
Yeah, as long as you're engaging with this right side gang, I'll say you actually have +1 going forward. So if you want to perform single combat.
Humiliation. I like this gang. A little brutal, but I like this gang.
There it is. Okay.
God damn.
Oh,
You inflict terrible harm and suffer little harm.
You could, you definitely could have done the
Whatever
basics.
harm you're gonna get. Fuck that.
That both happen. Okay, so fuck. So it's just equal. It looks like equal damage. Okay. So I'd say Western wielding skidoos versus like Blackguard bandits probably equal in terrifyingness, just in different ways. But you have the advantage. I'd say you take out half of their, like you take out one of the main medium vehicles. Like you can tell me how you do that, and then you take out half of their skidoos, and the exchange harm would have been. Does your gang have armor? They do.
They do.
Yeah, your gang wouldn't have suffered any harm. They take 2 harm, you don't suffer any.
They are a bunch of crazy bastards.
Yeah, so
I'm so proud of them.
all I can think of is the fucking Dorseys, but on Skidoo from Wasteland 3. There is the deluge of lassos, I guess.
They do have weapons and stuff, but
Yeah, they do. It's just funny the camera would definitely show a couple nice shots and like good maneuvers, but the camera would be mostly focusing on this dumb.
oh yes, there's gonna be some guy who likes to do like the trick lasso where he like throws a lasso inside the vehicle, grabs the steering wheel, yanks to the side, causes him to roll.
Yeah, then there's another one where I got an idea how they take out the medium vehicle. There's like a skidoo driving in front of the medium vehicle, and they lasso both of the people on the front of that skidoo, yank them. Wilhelm scream twice off, and the skidoo goes underneath the medium vehicle and flips it. Yeah, so you find
cowboy noises intensify.
Yeah, so they have to suck it up, and now they're in a very bad position, low on weapons and low on permit, and the handful of skidoos actually go for the convoy or caravan and try to get the fuck away from you and try and deal with the caravan. But they are severely diminished. The medium vehicles are tied up by your gang, and the like 2 or 3, 4 maybe skidoos that get by fly towards caravan. Cutting back to Simon and Boo. Simon, your character has had nothing but just pain and agony for the last like 5 very hectic minutes that have been going on. You've been hearing radio calls. The couple assistants that are with you are like, cowering. And then all of a sudden you hear an explosion in the back of the convoy. You hear Zhukov's crazed laughter over the radio. You hear all of Draco's band's crazed laughter over the radio. Like, you see fire and explosions happening to your right, and then all of a sudden, before you can really grasp the situation, you realize that there's like a skidoo that pulls alongside this bus, and one of the guys jumps off the skidoo and like is trying to climb up and go through the window. What do you do?
Wish I was still 25 so I could do that kind of nonsense.
Age is only a number, man.
Yeah, when you said my character's like 60.
Yeah.
Also, how much pain is my character in? 1 harm, shattered, and crippled?
Yeah.
How much pain is that?
So you are in the conditional thing is more like, obviously you can do things. It's just painful and you're a little bit weakened. The 1 harm is like, me or you like burning ourselves with soldering iron or like cutting ourselves. Like, it's something that'll heal on its own.
I did ask you to quit cutting yourself. It's weird.
Don't tell me what to do.
Can't stop him from a good time.
You know,
my
safety and
dad.
biohazard, especially if you bleed on everything.
I don't know. This guy seems like a real bad news guy, or what?
Yeah, you've heard of the Black Guard before. They've come around a couple times. The one time you had to deal with a patient who had the Black Guard basically work them over, they were missing fingers. They had, burn marks, bullet wounds, like in, non-lethal places.
This guy's leaped onto the side of the bus, right?
Yeah, he's leaped down the side of the bus and he's like trying to climb through the window because there's like netting on the side of the bus that was holding stuff.
I gotta be honest, that sounds like a really easy target for my double barrel shotgun.
It does sound like a really easy target for a double barrel shotgun.
Let's see how that goes. What do you want me to do?
That would be single combat unless you want to do something else crazy.
I have no idea.
His opponent might be at a disadvantage since he's busy trying to climb.
He's getting really bad disadvantage. Just waiting for Simon to say I'm gonna roll, or what he decides to roll. They already have 2 lost because of the crazy fuckers that they had to deal with getting here, and now he's in an awkward position. Simon's gonna have, and Simon, you still have I have a note here. You have 1 hold in this session that you can spend on Rita Sitch. So if you want to pull up the Rita Sitch rules, you can just spend 1 of those. By the way, this is from last session. In case you want to spend it now or later, you can hold it. You can hold it till next session too.
Let's use it. I mean, no reason to hang on to it. Let's see what happens. Use it. What happens?
So just quote unquote, there should be a word bubble icon next to Rita Sitch. Just click that. It should pop it up. You can ask one of those questions there.
I'm not sure if any of those questions actually help me right now.
You don't have to spend the hold.
Yeah, maybe I'll just hang on to it. I don't think those necessarily help me. Let's just.
So single combat. It's in battle moves. It's a little bit down the list of moves. And you will have 3+3 going forward.
Single combat. However, I am benefiting from both shattered and crippled right now.
Right, but you have +3 because crazy motherfuckers for 2, and then +1 because he's climbing.
I don't see a way to apply a +3 here, so.
I couldn't. There was a way to do it, and I fucked it up. But that's fine. We can figure it out. Well, we just need to see what you rolled.
Great.
Well, you rolled a 6, which that's still bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so you exchange harm, and the opponent gets 1 against you. They're gonna suffer. They're gonna suffer a little harm. They want to get inside, and they don't want to get hurt too much. So they're gonna take 1 harm, and you are gonna take. He's unarmed, so you're gonna take 1 harm as well.
Should Shattered have applied? It might have been a 7 instead of a 6 because I don't think minus cool applies for this.
Oh, it doesn't. You're right. Yeah, cool doesn't apply to this one, Simon. It would have only been crippled that applied to you.
My mistake. I haven't figured out the system very well. I apologize.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
all right. The math is not smart math.
Yeah. So that means you're on a 7 and 9. So you choose 1. You inflict terrible harm +1, or you suffer little harm +1. And remind you, you will take harm no matter what. But this guy is doing unarmed. And do you have any armor? Should be the top of your sheet.
I have.
Says
1.
you do. Yeah. So he's doing unarmed. So he's not going to be able to hurt you. So you could just inflict terrible harm.
That's what shotguns are good for at close range. Let's try it.
Yeah. Okay. So that deals 3 damage to him. He has 1 armor. So do you blow his head off? What does it look like as this dude is climbing through the window and he climbs through and punches you in the shoulder, but it does nothing. And then
I don't know. Let's shoot him in the neck and cleanly separate his head from his body. That seems nice.
Yeah. So I imagine since the Skidoo's trying to hold, so he can if he has to, he can jump back. There's this scene where he's jumping in, he punches you. The camera goes outside, and we just hear the revving of the Skidoos. And then all of a sudden we see the body just fall out, ragdoll down underneath the bus. And then we see the head just land on the back of the Skidoo. And then you just hear very faint screaming from the guy driving the Skidoo, and he tries to gun it. You want to try and go for him too?
I don't know. How about I menace him and tell him I'm old and cranky?
So you're gonna do, let's see, there's actually a thing for that. Where are we? So subterfuge, beta trap. So what would you want? Like, you're trying to intimidate him. What do you want him to do because he's intimidated?
Leave me alone. Go away.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like that's kind of escape the hunter then.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for it.
Subterfuge moves under tactical support moves. Escape the hunter. You are the mouse. Roll cool. I still say you're rolling with a +3. You still have your negative. You'll have -1 cool because of crippled or shattered, but not crippled.
Oops.
That you should be fine because there's a +3.
Okay.
That's a 9. So you're the hunter your hunter catches you out, but only after you led him to the place you were choosing. Say where. So you want him to go away. So he's gonna start to go away, but he's gonna do something in retaliation. Where would you want him just like completely go away, like to another bus, or like flee, retreat?
I don't know. How about? I mean, I'd love if he misjudged the situation and crashed his rig, but
We can do that actually. He's still gonna do something, but we can do that.
How crazy are the Blackguard crazy enough to go kamikaze?
No, they're just terrified right now.
I mean, we beat the piss out of the Japanese, and yet both their soldiers and civilians went kamikaze on us.
Right, Blackguard aren't quite them. But yeah, Simon, do you want him to crash this thing?
yeah. Let's say he was paying too much attention to the wrong things, and it got away from him.
I know what that wrong thing is. So yeah, he's like, the camera's still like panned out. We could just hear screaming and the head rolls off and we see it like blood splatter like slowly as it spins off. And he reaches besides the Skidoo, and as he does it, like his like wrapping or harnessing gets caught on the steering, and it like, as he's leaning right, it turns the thing into the bus, and he like wobbles and he like throws a fuel bomb at the bus.
I duck. I drop and roll. Whatever.
Yeah, go ahead and I think it's act under fire. It's another cool roll. You don't get the +3 here though.
Yeah. Well, I do what I can.
Be prepared for the worst. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he throws the Molotov and he goes towards the bus, and the bus just fucking crumple. He like goes into where these like outer plow pieces are that keep the things from like trying to go under the bus. Rolls into it. It gets clipped. It slams. It basically like people walking on pitchforks, slams up, and then just like slides off the bus. The dude goes underneath the bus, and that's, you can think of how that ends it for him. As the Skidoo is like slamming back and flies off the road. The fuel bomb hits the front right side, so not the driver's side. Or wait, actually, is the right side in Russia the driver's side?
No, that's only in Britain that they drive on the weird side of the road.
Okay, so yeah, they're on the Russia's on the left side, and anyway, the driver's on the left side. And the fuel bomb goes off, and there is a fire, and an intern who's like freaking out. He's not injured. He's just panicking. How do you deal with this situation?
I yell at people to put the fire out.
Okay. The act under fire, the prepare for the worst, is people aren't listening. They're freaking out. They're losing it, and the fire's starting to spread fast.
I try to put the fire out.
Yeah, you could do that. What would that be? Go aggro.
I mean, school buses do usually have like 2 fire extinguishers on them.
Yes, but this is Russia.
This is
one.
a Russian school bus.
So
It's an apocalyptic school bus. One, the fire extinguisher is probably out of date.
it's an apocalyptic.
None of them work.
It's an apocalyptic Russian school bus. This is where you roll a D100, and on 100 you find a functional fire extinguisher somehow. Anyway, let's see.
Turn it over.
Lay down fire is probably the opposite of what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't want more fire. You want.
Wait, did you really?
How the hell did I roll a 1 on a 1D100?
Wow, that's actually fucking hilarious.
Nice.
That's you know what? I did say 100, but that one sold me. There's somehow a fucking extinguisher on this bus. It's small, it's light, it ain't gonna finish the job, but it'll help. So let's figure out what you're gonna roll. Figure out what you're gonna roll, and I give you a +1.
I don't know, but whatever it is, it better be something that uses sharp. Just turn the table supply here? Probably not.
Actually, I think it's certain whether the cat or the mouse. I mean, you can like, weird part is you can argue that the fire is the cat and you're the mouse.
Okay.
So
I argue that the fire's the cat.
But
Right now, the tables aren't looking good. I would like to turn the tables.
So you decide which you are. No, this would just make it so you would roll hunt prey or escape the hunt. Or I don't think you want to escape the hunter. You want to get rid of it. So no matter what, you're going to be rolling cool at the end of that.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. So let's just take one more look. Andrew was right. Act under fire would be not right either. I mean, how's your hard? How hard?
I mean, act under fire does seem like it would be.
Hard is normally +1. It's +0 right now.
Yeah, Andrew, I agree. I'm just trying to find something that makes sense that's not cool for him to see if there's.
I mean, you could also change the stat if hard doesn't seem like it'd be an appropriate stat.
No, I'm fine with leaving the stats as. Let's see here. You could just open your brain, just see what. No.
I'm down for that because I'm good at that.
I don't know what.
Are we all weird? Do we all have weird?
A lot of
negative weird.
Yeah, I think Michelle's the only one who's got negative
But
weird.
I can open my brain using cool though, so.
I suppose you could do. What's a sixth sense do? And it tells you something new and interesting. Yeah, you could get a better position that'll help you because right now you're at a +1 with the fire extinguisher. Yeah, go ahead and roll sixth sense. We'll see how that does. That did really well.
Yeah.
You can just chuck the fire extinguisher into the fire and it'll blow up and put it out. I don't know.
Something new and interesting about the current situation. Might ask you a question or two, answer them. Yeah, I'll say that if you can do. I'll give you a devil's bargain. You can either put the fire out or have a really high chance of putting the fire out. I'll give you a +3, or I can give you 2 hold from this at any point, regardless if it's with the maelstrom or something else. You can just have extreme high detail or knowledge that you otherwise would not have had.
You know what? Let's just opt for putting the fire out. That's expedient.
Okay, so go ahead and roll act under fire, and you're gonna have a +3.
God damn it, that's a -2 for me. Well, +1 total. Oh well.
It's a 5.
Well, you tried.
You tried.
Yep, I tried. Well, nobody else would listen to me.
Yeah, so you throw the fire extinguisher, pops, takes out some of the fire, but it continues to spread. There's pandemonium. The driver has now decided that the bus does have this capability, but he decides to get the bus off the road and park to try and deal with the fire. That is the worst possible outcome I can think of without just detonating the bus.
Where do we live? Rimworld? Metal shouldn't burn.
No, but everything inside of it will.
Oh, the fire's inside. Gotcha.
Probably a whole lot of stuff on this bus.
Yeah, the stuff, it was outside, and then it had netting and stuff like that, and it went inside. If Simon had rolled better, it would have just been outside, and then it would have just had to be a much easier roll, or maybe something might go out on its own. But yeah, it got inside.
Darn.
Yeah, so right now the bus is stopped. The bus is pulled off to the side and is stopped.
All right, I get out the bus, away from the fire, not towards the fire.
Yeah, but one moment. It's 7:30. Is everyone okay to go longer, or do we want to stop?
I actually had plans that I was going to be doing after this, and I did tell them it was going to be done around 7.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and close it out here with a single scene of the convoy. We see an overhead shot of like the convoy's going. We see these crazy motherfucking Western bandits going around and like beating on this like small gang, and we see the camera go up and up and up, and we see like a burst of fire on one of the buses, and we see explosions happening, and then we see at a distance there's a big bright light coming, and it's the plow, and then all of a sudden we see one of the buses drive off of the road into an embankment with its treads, and like comes up in an angle, and the rest of the convoy continues on without it. And the words in white text on black say "to be continued." So, okay, well.
Doc Wu had a lousy day.
Yeah, Doc had a really lousy day. I circled back. I'm like, okay, Simon's all set up for this. Stump set him up. He's gonna have a great time. Look at he took up the guy's head and fuck.
Day started bad. Brief highlight. Bounce his head off, and then it ended bad.
So yeah, next time we'll go off with probably gonna be a lot to see what Shoop and Michelle bring to this, like with the plow coming and the tank and the bestial presence of a demonic being and a small child.
Kind of was thinking if only I could have got the guy to like maybe just fire blindly ahead for no reason. I don't think I could have.
Yeah, he probably would have told you like that ain't gonna do anything. Just firing bullets like randomly tends to not have very good effect.
If only we had a mortar.
It's good at making people duck and hide and not shoot back as much.
Yes. All right. Michelle, you can go ahead and cut the recording.